One stock YouTuber has a 96% win rate over 5 months. 22 out of 23 picks that moved are in the green. His average return per pick plus 42%. Another one recommended the stock that's up 202% since January. 202%. And one creator has 3 separate picks that have doubled. One of them is up 192%. We scraped 550 videos across 14 YouTube channels and extracted over 2,100 individual stock codes. Every clip timestamped, every entry price logged on the day the video went up, every pick tracked to today's price, and the gap between the best and worst performers is honestly kind of insane. The top creator averaged plus 42% per pick, the bottom averaged minus 32%. So we're going to rank all of them, bottom to top. And whether you follow any of these creators or not, the patterns in this data will probably change how you think about stock advice on YouTube. Let's get into it. Quick context for people who saw our first video on this topic. We got a ton of feedback. Some of it was really positive and some of it was, let's say, corrective.
Are you tracking mentions, not actual portfolios?
Wondering the legitimacy of this.
This is not useful in that short time frame.
You got Jeremy's picks horribly wrong, so I don't believe anything else you say.
And my favorite, Edgeconomics himself commenting. So we took all of that, went back to the drawing board and rebuilt the entire analysis. Here's how it works now. We built a custom tool that pulls every video a channel has posted since January 1st. Grabs the full transcript and feeds it to an AI model. The AI goes through the transcript and extracts every moment where the speaker actually recommends a ticker. Buy, sell, hold or watch, along with a verbatim quote so we can verify what was actually said. The entry price is whatever the stock was trading at on the day the video went up. Pulled from Yahoo Finance. Current price and P&L are also live Yahoo data. And every single row in the spreadsheet has a clip URL that jumps you straight to the timestamp on YouTube where the call was made. So if you think we got something wrong, you can click it and check for yourself. The link is in the description below. This is 100% free for you. Grab the tool. Across all 14 channels, that process scraped 550 videos and pulled 2,173 individual stock calls. Some channels had way more data than others. Couch Investor alone generated 506 calls across 102 videos. Financial Education averaged about 8 calls per video. Ticker Symbol U averaged 6 per video. Joseph Carlson's main show only had 4 videos in the window, so he combined it with his after hours channel. We expanded from 9 creators to 14, added Joseph Carlson since about 200 of you asked for him, also added Solving the Money Problem, Day Trade Warrior and Edgeconomics. Now, some caveat as always, 5 months of data, January through end of May 2026, that's still a short window. Don't treat this as the final verdict on anyone. And we're going to keep refining this with each version. So let's see what the data says. Starting at the bottom. Number 12, Day Trade Warrior. 17 unique picks. Win rate 12%. Average return minus 33%. I want to be fair here because comparing a day trader to long-term stock pickers is like comparing a sprinter to a marathon runner and then saying the sprinter was slower over 26 miles. Technically true, but you're measuring the wrong thing. Day Trade Warriors picks are small cap biotech and momentum plays. In and out within hours sometimes. Our methodology tracks entry price to current price, which might mean he already took profits long before a stock cratered. But the data is the data. LRHC dropped 95%, Onco Pharma down 94%, Artello down 87%, NPT down 83%. Multiple positions lost 60 to 90%. His one standout, eRNA, rallied 62% and Ford was up 27%. But when 5 of your picks lose 65% or more, 2 winners can't save you. If you're following day trade calls and holding them for weeks or months, this is what can happen. Number 11, Edgeconomics. 18 unique picks, win rate 33%, average return minus 9%. Edgeconomics literally asked to be included in our last video, so here he is again. His best calls were Zeta Global, up 26%, and HIMS, up almost 25%. Microsoft up 8%, Duolingo up 4%. There's some solid thinking in his picks, and I'm also a HIMS shareholder. But Monday.com dropped 32%, Ford dropped 27%, Novo Nordisk down, PayPal down, and then there's this Samsung OTC ticker SSNLF, which the data shows down 121%. That one looks like a data issue with the OTC pricing, but even without it, the portfolio is struggling. Educonomics is more of a deep dive thesis creator. Some of those bets need a year or two to play out. The data doesn't love him right now, but I'd want to see a longer window before drawing conclusions. Number 10, solving the money problem. 2 unique picks, win rate 0%, average return minus 1.5%. Here's the thing with this channel, 127 data rows, over 70 videos scraped, and yet there are really only 2 unique stocks with trackable buy signals, Tesla and Nvidia. Tesla is down about 3%, Nvidia is flat, so his record on those 2 is basically break even, leaning negative. Solving the money problem is a Tesla thesis channel, and that's fine. If you believe in the autonomous driving and robotaxi story, this is your channel. But with 2 trackable picks, there's no real data set to rank. I'm including him because the data says so, but I want to be upfront that 2 stocks tells you almost nothing about stock picking ability. Number 9, Daniel Prong, 14 unique picks, win rate 50%. Average return 4.6%. In our first video, Daniel was dead last, 13% win rate, minus 9.5%. It looked bad. This time, with the refined methodologies, his numbers improved significantly. He's positive and his win rate is much better. But he's still in the bottom half, and here's why, because Daniel is extremely selective and many of his newer picks haven't had time to work yet. So Meta is down 3.6%, Amazon down 3.9%, Visa down. These are great companies that might be up 20% by next quarter, but right now they're sitting flat or slightly negative. His standout is ServiceNow, up 60%. That single pick is carrying his entire average into positive territory. Microsoft also came back nicely, now up 11%. So 14 picks, half of them still basically flat. Daniel is playing a very long game, and 5 months might not be enough runway for his style. I wouldn't be surprised if he's top 5 by the time we do this again. Number 8, Joseph Carlson, 29 unique picks, win rate 72%, average return plus 5.3%. People were loud about wanting Joseph in this study, so we tracked both his channels, the main show and after hours, and combined them. Taiwan Semi was his best call, up 39%. Duolingo rallied almost 22%. ASML 20%, Shopify 17%, Brookfield 11%. His losses are mild. Intuit down 13%, Meta, Netflix, nothing catastrophic. And honestly, that fits his whole brand. He's building a portfolio designed to roughly match or slightly beat the market over decades. A 72% win rate with a 5% average in a 5 months window is quietly solid. No fireworks, no disasters. Number 7, Everything Money. 32 unique picks. Win rate 70%, average return plus 6%. These guys run every stock through their analyzer tool. They are methodical, and their updated numbers are actually pretty respectable. CrowdStrike was their best call, up almost 64%. Generac rallied 56%, and then a bunch of solid singles, QQQ up 23%, Target 14%, CRM up 12%, Google up 11%. The damage came from Lululemon, still their worst pick at minus 29%. Home Depot down 18%, Inuit down 10%, Alibaba down 10%. What's improved since our last snapshot is that their winners got bigger, while their losers stayed roughly the same. A 70% win rate across 32 picks is honestly pretty strong. Everything Money doesn't generate the excitement that some of the other channels do, but the consistency is there. Number 6, Sven Carlin, 16 unique picks, win rate 75%, average return 7.7%. Sven keeps climbing. In our very first video, he was middle of the pack. In the last snapshot, still middle. Now he's moved up to 6th and his win rate jumped from 40 to 75%. Amazon was his best pick, up 25%. Archer Daniels Midland returned almost 24%. HP 20%, Recursion Pharmaceuticals up 19%, ASML 16%, and these are value picks that quietly compounded. His losses are small. Verizon down 5%, Alibaba 3%, JD.com 2%. When Sven loses, he loses small. When he wins steady. And the thing about Sven is he's fishing in completely different waters than everyone else. While the rest of the list argues about Nvidia and Palantir, Sven is analyzing Norwegian oil companies and printer manufacturers. His picks barely overlap with anyone else here, which honestly makes him one of the more useful channels to watch regardless of ranking. Diversification of ideas matters. Number 5, Chris Sane, 46 unique picks, win rate 60%, average return plus 12.9%. Chris has the most picks of anyone in this study, 46 unique stocks, and 3 of them more than doubled. Micron up 192%. I'm gonna say that again. 192% from his recommendation. Dell up 159%, Bloom Energy up 101%, Broadcom 49%, QQQ up 28%. Now flip to the other side. Bumble Minerals down 33%, Nike 28%, Robinhood 26%, and Bitcoin down 20%. There's this clear divide in Chris's portfolio. His semiconductor and industrial calls are genuinely spectacular. His fintech and consumer plays consistently lose money. If you could somehow filter his picks by sector and only follow the chips and energy calls, you'd have one of the best track records on YouTube, period. But that's always been the puzzle with Chris. He throws a lot at the wall. Some of it sticks in a massive way. Some of it doesn't. With 46 picks, he's giving you more ideas than anyone, but he's also creating more opportunities to be wrong. Number 4, financial education. Jeremy, 33 unique picks, win rate 84%, average return plus 13.2%. This is the biggest comeback story in the entire study. In our very first video, Jeremy came in near the bottom, minus 10%. Several of you tore us apart in the comments. You missed AMD, he sold Palantir, you clearly haven't watched his channel. And you were right. So we fixed the methodology and look at what happened. 84% win rate, plus 13% average, only 4 losers out of 33 picks. Micron up 101%, Palo Alto Networks up 93%, ServiceNow up 36%, Hood up 29%, AMD 24%, Google up 13%. And his losses? Tiny. A Tesla inverse ETF down 17%, Inuit down 7%, Revolve down 4%, and that's it. His worst pick is minus 17%, while his best is plus 101%. That's an asymmetric profile that most hedge fund managers would kill for. Jeremy is also one of the most transparent stock YouTubers out there. He shows exact positions, dollar amounts, every buy and sell. That made tracking his calls much easier this time, and the results speak for themselves. Number 3, Couch Investor, 42 unique picks, win rate 71%, average return plus 17.4%. In our first video, Couch Investor was near the bottom, 23% win rate, minus 7.6% average. We ranked him 8th. Now, 71% win rate, plus 17% average, 3rd place. Micron up 182%, AMD 131%, Nebius Group up 71%, Credence Semiconductor 64%, Rubrik up 61%, and Unity up 41%. His pain points are still real. Transmedics dropped 51%, Sportradar 41%, Lemonade down 28%, Novo Nordisk also down 28%. So when his picks miss, they miss hard. But the wins are so much bigger than the losses that the math overwhelms everything. 5 picks more than doubled or came close. And that kind of upside is rare across any of the channels we tracked. Couch Investor also generated more data than anyone. 506 calls across 102 videos. He's constantly updating, constantly buying, and the sheer volume of ideas means there's almost always something useful, even if some bets go sideways. Number 2, Jerry. 33 unique picks, win rate 74%, average return plus 20.4. Jerry was number 1 in our very first video, and he's consistently at the top of this study. Every time we update the data, he's in the top 3. Nebius Group up 176%, Seagate 107. That's a double. Iron up 60%, ChatGPT parent stock up 59, Dram 38, Arista Networks up 35, Google up 26%. His losses, Heckler Mining down 39%, Core Mining down 18%, SoFi 15%, and Coherent down 11%. There's a clear pattern. Jerry's tech and AI infrastructure calls are consistently strong. When he ventures into precious metals mining, the results flip. Heckler has been his worst pick in every single version of this analysis. What I respect about Jerry is his discipline on entries. He frequently tells viewers to wait for pullbacks instead of chasing, and his Google entry around the April crash caught a huge move. 33 picks with 23 winners is a clear hit rate, especially with an average return north of 20%. Number 1, ticker symbol U. 26 unique picks, win rate 96%, average return plus 42.8%. 42% average per pick, 22 winners out of 23 picks that have moved meaningfully. Nebius Group up 202%, VCX 96%, ARM up 93%, Marvel, Iron, Broadcom up 48%, and the list keeps going. AMD, ASML, CoreWeave, Amazon. His one loss, CHR, down 4%. That's his worst pick. Nvidia, the stock he talks about the most, is slightly negative at minus 1.5%. And his 2 most recent entries, Qualcomm and Micron, haven't moved yet, so they are sitting at 0. But everything else, green. Deep green. Now I have to give you the context because the numbers alone are misleading without it. Ticker symbol U is extremely concentrated in one theme: AI infrastructure. Nvidia, Micron, ASML, Taiwan, Semi, CoreWeave, Nebius, Marvel, Iron, ARM, Broadcom. Every single pick is a bet on the AI build out continuing. And that theme has been one of the best performing sectors in the market over the last 5 months. Probably the best performing sector. So the 96% win rate is real, the returns are real, but he's riding a massive wave. When that wave eventually corrects, and eventually it will, these same positions could give back a lot of gains very quickly. Think of it like this: if you went all in on oil stocks in 2021, you looked like a genius by mid-2022. By 2023, not so much. Concentrated bets amplify returns in both directions. Still, the numbers are the numbers, and right now nobody else is close. So after tracking over 2,100 stock calls across 550 videos and 14 channels, what are the patterns? Semiconductors were the trade. Micron showed up as a top performer for Chris Sane at plus 192%, Couch Investor 182%, and Financial Education at plus 101%. 3 independent creators, 3 separate entry points, all massive winners. When multiple analysts converge on the same stock and all of them are up 100% or more, that tells you the thesis was right, at least for this window. Nebius Group was the other consensus winner. Ticker symbol U had it at plus 202%, Jerry at plus 176%, Couch Investor at plus 71. That's a stock most people haven't heard of 6 months ago, and 3 YouTubers all caught it. The creators who owned boring old economy stuff quietly did well. Sven's Amazon and ADM picks, his HP call, Jerry's infrastructure plays, Chris Sain's Caterpillar and Industrials. The stuff that gets 50,000 views regularly outperformed the stuff that gets 500,000. Something to chew on. Time changed everything. Couch Investor went from 8th place to 3rd. Jeremy went from near the bottom to 4th. Daniel Pronk went from 4th to 9th. The rankings shifted dramatically just by adding a few more weeks of data, which is exactly why you should take any short-term stock scorecard, including this one, with a massive grain of salt. And the range is still wild. Plus 42 at the top, minus 32 at the bottom. If you're randomly picking a stock YouTuber to follow, those are very different outcomes for your portfolio. We're gonna keep doing these. The next version will include risk-adjusted returns, sector-level breakdowns, and head-to-head comparisons on stocks that multiple creators recommended at different times. Each update gets more refined. To every commenter who corrected us on the first video, genuinely, thank you. That feedback shaped this entire methodology. If you see something off this time, same deal, drop a comment, we'll fix it. And if you're a stock YouTuber who wants to be included or thinks we got your data wrong, reach out. The goal is accuracy. Don't follow anyone blindly, not these creators, not us. Use this as a starting point for your own research. Subscribe if you want to see the next update, and drop a comment telling me which of these creators you actually follow and whether their picks have worked for you. See you in the next one.